Hello everyone, my name is Lena and welcome to my channel. I am an online teacher, and on my channel I like to talk about all things that have to do with teaching online. So if it's companies that I've worked for, things that I use in my classroom, and all types of things, I like to talk about all of it. So welcome, and if you're interested in those type of things, stick around. And in this video I wanted to talk specifically about what my favorite ESL company is. Today, like now. I've done a video about this before, a year ago, and life changes, things change, and so I thought it's time for me to do another video about what my favorite ESL company is. Although I have to say that most of the companies I've worked for, I've had really good experiences with, and I really like all of them. But there is one particular ESL company that I would highly recommend for people who are trying to teach online now. So that's why I wanted to make another video, because right now in 2021, my favorite online ESL company that I would recommend, that's what I want to talk about today. So before I talk about that though, I do kind of want to go through the companies that I do work for and let you know a little bit about them before I actually get into the one that I would recommend for most teachers who want to start teaching today online. Okay, so if you followed me, you know that I have worked for several online companies, right? I've worked for Qkids, which in my first video I said that was the first company that I actually got hired with. And actually I didn't actually say it in my video, but that was my favorite company before. I actually had you message me because I just started my my website and I wanted people to go visit it. And so if you messaged me, then I told you that Qkids was my favorite online ESL company because it was my first one. I really loved the curriculum. I was so excited about teaching online and the opportunity that they gave to me. So I was really happy with it, and I was really happy with the pay. I thought the pay was pretty decent to do part-time work, and it was, they made the lessons for you. It was pretty simple to follow along. You had to, bring some props and make sure your online classroom looked, nice and presentable, but, it was really simple to do. So I won't say simple, but I felt like it was so much fun that I was having that it really wasn't work. That's why I say it was simple, but you do have to put some work into it. But yeah, Qkids, love them. I made with the bonuses about $20 an hour. And like I said, their curriculum is so fun and entertaining for the kids and for the teachers. You have group classes, so I like that way of doing classes because it just, if one child is not really talkative, the other one might be, and it just kind of helps keep everyone's energy up and keeps things interesting. So I like that dynamic in the classroom and group classes. So Qkids is a great company to work for. So I also worked with GoGoKid, and I no longer work with GoGoKid because, well, I don't want to get into all that, but if you're interested, I did a video about it. You can check it out. But yeah, GoGoKid is a great company to work for. Parents will have to select you as a teacher though. So for some teachers, it is difficult to get classes at first. You kind of have to work up your regulars and so it takes some time. But it's very flexible. You open up your schedule and you can close slots, open up slots, however many slots you want. There's no minimum or maximum. I was getting paid about $24 an hour with GoGoKid with the bonuses. Now they have changed their bonus system. It's a little complicated, but basically it takes into consideration all of your absentees, all of your cancellations, all of your bookings, all of your the reviews that you get from your parents. It takes all those things and gives you a magical number. So, and then you get paid based on it. But yeah, GoGoKid, I like them. But yeah, they had a lot of animations in their curriculum, and so it just made it very engaging for the students. and the teachers. And I love the fact that they had a little way to translate. So if you were stuck with not knowing how to explain or do TPR for something, and if you didn't have a picture for it, well, you could actually type in what you wanted to say in the chat box, and it would translate it to the student. I loved that feature. It was great. So I also worked with VIPKID. I still have a contract with them, but I don't do classes with them now. I keep my contract active because you never know what's going to happen, but I haven't taught with them in a long time. They're very similar to GoGoKid, where the parents will pick you and book classes with you. They had really good training. There's a lot of good things about VIPKID. Many people have done really well with VIPKID, but I didn't do so well with them. I did better with GoGoKid. I don't know why. There could have been many reasons, but anyhow, I did teach with VIPKID too. iTutor Group was also a company that I've taught with. I still have a contract with them. I chose to teach with them because I was trying to teach more afternoon hours for me in my time zone, and they were offering afternoon hours, and so I was able, I added them, I taught with them. They have a great platform. I think they're really good for teachers who are trying to start teaching because they give you classes and they have a really good training program. I liked iTutor Group too. They did have group classes too. Sometimes it was one-on-one, sometimes it was group classes. It just depended. And you teach adults and kids. But depending on the time, you might get more kids at one time, and then you might get adults at a later time. So it just depends. Bling ABC, that's who I teach with now. I do the ESL company that I teach with on a regular basis because I have a contract with them that and because of the way they schedule their classes, they want you to have a set schedule for a whole semester, and if you cancel, then you obviously get penalized. So I try to stay consistent with them, and they are my highest paying ESL company. They really are my highest ESL company right now, and I do like them, and they have raises. They have really good raise opportunities to have raises. But yeah, they have group classes. Their classes are large. Okay, so it's not just like your typical maybe 4 kids in a class like you might see with Qkids or other companies. No, they have like 25. So, but it's fun. And they don't always show up either. So you might be scheduled to have 25 in a class, but really you have like 6, and sometimes they all show up. So it just depends. You just be prepared. But it's really interesting. I liked it because it was something that was fresh and new. The pay was good, and I felt like I could move up with my pay with Bling ABC, and I couldn't do the same with some of the other companies. So that's why I like Bling ABC. And the people there, the contacts that you have to help you for any problems that you have, they call them your ding rep. They're great. They always respond. I have a great relationship with my ding rep. Works out really good. So I'm happy with them. But there are some other companies that I could teach more with, but I'm just trying to limit my time. And plus I teach in the afternoon with Outschool. So I don't want to teach so much more in the morning these days because of my afternoon Outschool classes. I need to rest and live. Then there's also Cambly that I've taught with. Cambly is awesome. I love it. They do give you a little bit less for their teachers, but their flexibility is so great because you could teach 24 hours a day with Cambly. They're very flexible. They're very laid back. So the lessons are more like conversational with the adults that want to take lessons, and with the children, they do have lessons for Cambly kids that they assign. But even with those, it's like they're not real critical on how you teach the lessons. You want to do a good job, of course, because then you get more students who will, continue with you. But I'm just saying they're not really really critical and make you, I guess, sweat because you're nervous you're going to get a bad review from the company. No, they're not like that. So, like I said, a lot of the classes that you teach will be conversational. So they're just trying to practice, the English that they already have, and then they do offer you lessons in their library. Cambly will offer you lessons in your library that you can actually use in your classes with your students if you choose. So Cambly, you can teach 24 hours a day, whenever you want. And then if you don't have a class that's scheduled, they have priority hours. So you could just choose to teach a priority hour, and you could do that like 10 minutes before it begins if it's available. And usually they are available. So it's super flexible. So it kind of makes up for the fact that they're $10 an hour. But the ESL company that I would highly recommend right now, because of many reasons, and I'll get into that, but it's Magic Ears. Magic Ears is so much different than what they first began as, because when they first came out, many teachers were saying that they had a hard time with Magic Ears because their expectations were really, really high, and because they wanted really, really good teachers. So I can understand they wanted really good teachers, so they had high expectations. But for some teachers, it was too much, and so it just wasn't for them. But now, I believe they've kind of relaxed, and they're not so critical, or they don't critique teachers in the same way as they used to. So I think they've relaxed. Teachers really appreciate it. They do give constructive feedback, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to work with them, because I wanted constructive feedback. I wanted to know what other people thought of my teaching, and especially from a company, I wanted to know what they thought of it. So that was really something that attracted me, but it's not for everybody. But yeah, there's so many good things to say about them now. They're really high paying. You can get hired at $10 base pay, and then with their bonuses, you can get up to, $22. I'm sorry. You can get a base pay at $10, and then you can get bonuses with $2 on top of that, so that you can get $12 per class, and so that would be $24 an hour. And then they have really good standby classes. So once you move up to a certain position in the company, you can accept standby classes. And those are classes that they just need a book and they just don't have a teacher for. So they usually are available like 24 hours before the class needs to be done, or maybe less. But if you wake up in the morning and you want to look at your schedule, you can see standby classes are available, and you can click on them and decide to teach them and then show up. And most of the time you will get that standby class. Sometimes they might have more than one teacher who are trying to teach at the same hour. Most likely they will. And so it just depends on how many teachers show up and who's the fastest to actually accept it. So yeah, most of the time you can get the standby class, but sometimes there's a little bit of a race in who actually will get the class first. So you have to be quick in trying to click on it. But they are available. So it's good, and it makes it really flexible. You have complete control over your schedule with You have complete control over your schedule with Magic Ears, because you can open up your slots yourself. You could just click and open them up, or you can close them. It's up to you. But if you do get booked for a class, then you have to contact them to actually cancel the class. So yeah, that makes sense that they would have that. But yeah, you are in complete control of your schedule. You have group classes with them. So you can have like between 2 and 4 kids in a class. And like I've said before, I do like that model, because it makes it more interesting and just helps take some of the fear out of the class with some of the students. If they're watching other kids do something, then it's easier for them to model it. So it does help the students sometimes. But yeah, they're really good. And not only are they high paying, they will give you classes pretty quickly. So if you want to get started with teaching right away, that's another reason why Magic Years is a really good company for you to start with. Magic Years, they will give you classes like once you get through the hiring process, which they pride themselves in saying that it is a quick hiring process, then you can start teaching within a week. I mean, they can have classes for you within a week. And of course, those first few days, you're on a probationary period, so you have to teach like 10 classes just to make sure that you understand everything. And then after that, you're good to go. So yeah, they give you those classes, and I do like that. I don't like having to wait for a bit, or helping someone get hired and then that person has to wait for a while, or they take the waiting game out of it. So it makes it so much better. And not only are all these other things so great about it, they also have wonderful curriculum. So the curriculum is very engaging for the kids. It's more of like a game-based curriculum. So the kids are playing while they're learning, and you're just kind of like directing the game. So it's a lot of fun working with them. I would work more with them now, but like I said, I'm working a lot with Outschool in the afternoon, so I'm trying to reduce my classes in the morning. But that Magic Years is my favorite ESL company to recommend to teachers. I think it's a great opportunity. If you are interested in working with Magic Years or any of these other companies that I've mentioned, please go ahead and check out my description box. I do have a link for the companies that I still work with down below, and you can sign up to teach and let me know, send me an email and let me know that you have decided to use my referral link, because I will walk the process and give you, I will walk you through the process and give you feedback and, answer any questions that you have, and, offer you any type of assistance that would be helpful for someone who is starting with Magic Years. So send me an email, let me know, and we will try to get you hired. But that's all for this video. Again, I do have things in my description box that will help new teachers to get started. And if you are looking for a TESOL to get started teaching online, if you don't have one, I know of one in the description box. You can find the link for one that is about $20, and you can finish it in a short amount of time, and it's really good, very informative. And then also if you don't have a bachelor's degree, which most of these companies that I've mentioned, you do need a bachelor's degree to work with them. I do know of this USILACS program that offers a very good bachelor's degree program that will actually use your experience to help shorten the amount of time that you need to in order to finish your program and earn your degree. And it's the best price out there. It's a really good low price. So if you're interested, please send me an email and I will help get that information to you. If you mention my name, you do get a discount. So let me know that you're interested and I will help you with the USILACS program. I do know people who've used it and who are working using their new degree. So that is all. And yes, ManyCam, the online teacher's best friend. If you are working online and if you want to have digital props, digital backgrounds, or just borders and fun things to use in your classroom, ManyCam is a great tool to help bring your classroom to life and to help you with rewards and just stickers and all types of fun things that the kids love to see in class. So those are some helpful things. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.